Hello my dear lovely friends. Welcome to EduTap. I wish you all a very happy Diwali. I hope you had a great Diwali. So back to studies now. So a government schemes lecture is here. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, everything is okay, and we can start with our lecture. Meanwhile, I'll tell you, this is the 5 PM revision series started for phase 2 of NABARD Grade A examination year 2021. This lecture is 4th in series of this revision lecture. This series of revision lecture where we are discussing most important current affairs for ESI as well as ARD. That means paper 2 of NABARD Grade A phase 2 exam. Right. So let's just start. The previous lecture was taken up by Gurkirat sir on 3rd of November. Starting from today, every day at 5 PM, you'll meet us till 12th of November. Right. Nilesh is already here. Very good evening. Right. So let's just start, guys. And if you're watching this lecture for the very first time, I request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel so that you can get the PDF of this particular lecture and all other lectures that you watch on our YouTube channel, right? And of course, YouTube channel subscription is very important so that you do not miss out on the content that is being provided to you free of cost on a daily basis, right? Shall we start, guys? Waiting for a thumbs up from your end that everything is fine. Nice. Chalo, let's start, guys. So, my first question. Okay, so I have today 30 questions with me. We'll try to sum up these 30 questions in 30 minutes, exactly like your examination pattern. Okay? So, and the questions will be a mix of paragraph-based and one-liner questions. Just it is there in your examination. ठीक है जी? I can see students have few doubts. Do not worry. I'll be there with you after the session. You can ask all your doubts. Abhi, I'll be focusing on your 30 questions in one go. My first question. Recently, National Educational Society for Tribal Students has collaborated with which of the following organizations or institutions for the conduct of Nishtha Capacity Building Program for Eklavya Model Residential School Teachers and Principals, for teachers and principals. Nilesh is the first one. He's saying 2 option, that is NCRT. Dinesh, you'll have to be with me till the end of this lecture. I cannot take up any query rather than the answer of these questions as of now, because many students are here with me only for this lecture. So those who have doubts, please bear with me till the end of this lecture. Okay? So your answer is NCRT. Very nice. Supriya, Bishal, Swati, Sagar. Everyone has answered it correctly. Very nice. Very happy to see the right answers coming up. So guys, in the month of July, NESTS, that is National Educational Society for Tribal Students, which is actually a body, an autonomous body under tribal ministry, and tribals are a very important part of your syllabus, especially social issues when we talk about ESI. So NESTS has collaborated with the NCRT for the conduct of Nishtha program for the EMRS teachers and principals. So Eklavya Model Residential Schools are themselves very important. These residential schools are also for the tribal students only. These are the hostels that are provided to them. They provide hostels. Okay. So this was a current affair related to this particular news. So this news, this scheme EMRS, I hope you just go through it quickly. If you have the course, go through the scheme stab document. Okay, some paragraph questions now. Dash was launched with the aim of networking the existing mandis on a common online market platform as one nation, one market for agri commodities in India. This digital initiative of Government of India provides a single window service for all APMCs, Agri Produce Marketing Committee, related information and services including commodity arrivals, quality assaying, competitive bid offers and electronic payment settlement directly into farmers' account. This online digital market aims at reducing the transaction cost, bridging information asymmetries, helping the expansion of market access for farmers and other stakeholders. What can you guess the scheme here? I'll come up with the question, but this is very easy. I would say it is a scheme which is most important for this examination if you are gonna appear in NABARD exam. So my very first question related to the same. Which of the following initiatives has been discussed here? Mera Ration, E-Naam, Farmer Portal, M-Kisan, none of the above. Very easy. Dinesh, Mayur, Sagar, Aviral, Shobhana, Swati. Everyone has answered correctly. Enam is the right answer, guys. See, you do not need to even read the whole paragraph if you want to save time. Single window service for all APMCs, then reducing the transactional cost, digital market. This is the pinpointing, all these are pinpointing towards ENAM, right? So that's the right answer. Same paragraph question, which of the following reform needs to be carried out by states in their APMCs Act to integrate their mandis with the discussed initiative? So if one state, agriculture is a state subject, guys, we have the division of lists for your center, subjects that are related to center, that are to be tackled by center, your state list, and similarly concurrent list. So agriculture is under state list, right? So which reform needs to be carried out by states in their own APMC Act if they want to integrate their mandis with ENAM? Single trading license to be valid across the state, single point levy of market fee across the state, provision for e-auction or e-trading as a mode of price discovery. 1 and 3 or all of the above are required to be carried out. Changes, guys, such questions we have seen. These are the questions which you cannot just ratify and go. You have to have the understanding, right? So let me see what is the answer. All of the above. The students are same who are answering. I would suggest all of you, those who are there, to answer. Only 4-5 students are giving the answers correctly. So this is right. All of the above reforms are required to be carried out by the states in their respective APMCs Act. So this, I'll just quickly tell you about ENAM. So this was launched in the year 2016. Guys, it is a very favorite scheme of NABARD. Every year you will find a question on this scheme. So the implementing agency is SFAC, which is Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium, and the technology provider is the iKisan division. The objective was to provide a national e-market for the transparent sale transactions in the regulatory market. Okay, eligibility, all 3 points we have seen that these have to be made by the states in their APMCs Act. So it's an platform pan-India for trading of the agri commodities. Okay, it's very, very important for your agriculture sector. Okay, next question. This is a single one-liner question. TriFed has collaborated with Niti Aayog to implement which of the following schemes in the districts that have been identified as aspirational districts by Niti Aayog? So TriFed is again a very important body. It's related to the tribals, and tribals are an important section of the society, and they are important for us more because NABARD has a keen interest in tribals. Okay, so TriFed collaborated with Niti Aayog for which scheme? Let me see the students. I'm sorry if I miss out on few names, guys, because a lot of students are now answering. So 3 is the right answer, Vandhan Yojana, and that's right. Okay, so this Vandhan Yojana, to tell you about this, the nodal ministry is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Nodal agency of Vandhan Yojana is TriFed. So if you know about the TriFed, if you have read about it, you can easily identify that, okay, this scheme, out of these schemes, which of them is being implemented by now tribal ministry. So to improve the tribal income through the value addition of tribal products, this is being implemented, this particular scheme. And various features are here. At state level, the nodal agency for minor forest produce and district collectors are envisaged that they will play a very, very important role. Vandhan Kendras are also a part of Vandhan Yojana. So all in all, guys, you have to remember the important points which are written here: features, objective, nodal agency, nodal ministry, launch year. And through this you will also have the understanding where you will be able to use that understanding and answer the questions that are not direct. One more thing, the tagline of Vandhan Yojana is Mera Van, Mera Dhan, Mera Udyam. They can even ask the tagline of the schemes. Okay, so remember this. Choose the correct statements regarding Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Protsahan Yojana. Hanji, so 3 statements are there. This will be a typical 2-marker question. Okay, when statements are there. So let's see if you can answer the correct statement regarding Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Protsahan Yojana. Establishments registered with EPFO should have a LIN, that is Labor Identification Number, allotted to them under the Shram Suvidha portal. Under this scheme, government is paying employers full contribution for a period of 1 year to the new employees through EPFO. Implementing ministry of the scheme, Yojana mentioned above, is Ministry of Labour and Employment. Hanji, anyone? A and B, B only, A only, A, B and C. All three are correct. Is it so? Okay. I think students are still on the previous question. I can see a lot of wrong answers here. Aviral answered all. Nilesh says C, which would turn the answer as A only, right? ठीक है जी. Aviral is saying all. So only one correct answer I have got till now. So A, B and C, guys, all of the above are true regarding Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Protsahan Yojana, right? So this Yojana was in news recently due to COVID a lot. So people have this confusion in mind that probably this was released recently. No, guys, this is a scheme which was launched in the year 2016. Okay, and Rozgar Protsahan hai, employment Protsahan hai. So this is implemented by Ministry of Labour and Employment. It would help you to recall it easily. Objective क्या था? To incentivize employers for the generation of new employment. That if you generate employment, you will be provided incentive for that. ठीक है? Government is paying employers full contribution towards the employees provident fund and employees pension scheme, both for a period of 3 years to the new employees. Establishments registered with EPFO should have this LIN. Very important. Terminal date was earlier 2019, but then it is now increased to 3 years, right? Nilesh is saying second statement wrong hai. I'll just see. Under the scheme, one EPFO for a period of 1 year. Acha, I am so sorry, guys. Then this would make the answer as A and B. Right. I am so sorry for the confusion here. For a period of 3 years, not 1 year. I am so sorry. I'll make this. I'll check it once again. Okay. But जो statement 2 है ना, ये wrong है. बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं. One is A is correct and C is correct. जो Government of India है, it is paying the contribution of 12% for a period of 3 years to the new employees. ये है please confusion. I'm so sorry. इसको confuse मत करना. Do not be confused with this. Okay. I'll make the change in the PDF that you can download from the Telegram channel. ठीक है? Everyone okay with this? The correct answer would stand as 1, A and B. Done hai? Shall we move forward? Once you say that you will not confuse this with 1 year, then only I'll move forward. I do not want any of the student to do this question wrong due to this mistake. Hanji. Government is paying employers a full contribution for 3 years. Thank you for the confirmation. Chaliye, let's move forward. Paragraph question. I'll read the paragraph for you. Okay. Objective of the scheme is to promote the manufacturing of specialty steel grades within the country by providing financial incentives. Presently, the country operates at the low end of value chain in steel manufacturing. The incentive scheme is expected to boost the domestic production of specialty steel by attracting significant investment, infusing technology and know-how and promoting exports. No mention of the scheme is given, just the objective of the scheme. You have to take the hint, what could the scheme be, right? So, duration of the scheme that is mentioned in the paragraph is from 2023-24 to dash. So this is a typical question that has been started to appear in the examinations now. No mention of the scheme, just the features, just the objective would be given and the question directly. So if you are unable to identify the scheme, you will end up losing marks, right? So I hope you are able to do this. I just want to make you ready for the exam type questions. So PLI, people know the answer. Very nice to see that PLI is the right answer here, but the question says that the duration would be starting from 2023-24 to, I can see options coming up as option 4, 27-28, and that's absolutely right. So this is the duration of this scheme for specialty steel. Again, the same paragraph, that means we have another question on the same paragraph. I won't of the above scheme discussed is to help India's specialty steel production reach dash million tons by the year 26-27. Hanji. This will not be an easy question. So here the answer is 42 million tons. This is the objective of the scheme, that the specialty steel production should reach 42 million. So in this scheme, PLI scheme, production incentive scheme, 5 categories have been chosen for the steel, which are coated or plated steel products, high strength resistant steel, specialty rails, alloy steel products and electrical steel. Now the question comes that ma'am, do I need to remember all these 5? आएगा ना question कि ma'am क्या भी सारे 42 million tons को remember करना is one thing. Another thing is इन 5 steels के name को याद रखना. That question might be coming up in your mind. So what I suggest is you go through the PLI scheme once. The questions I have done here with you, you should remember them. If you can just read them, okay, not just sit and just ratify or just remember them, just go through them, that okay, these are the points, because it's very difficult that they will ask questions on these steels. Okay, the scheme is important, the objective of the scheme is important, the purpose of the scheme, such number they have given, the figure attached, that is going to be helpful. Right, so this you can skip if you feel that you won't be able to recall. Chalo, as per recently signed cooperation agreement by oil and gas majors for the promotion and development of the Satat scheme, which of the following companies shall act as coordinator under the scheme and liaison with the government on behalf of the industry members? Hanji. So Satat scheme is another very important scheme, right? So a cooperation agreement was signed by oil and gas majors, and the company which will be the coordinator of this scheme is GAIL, BPCL, HPCL, Indian Oil, or none of the above. So I'll tell you about Satat scheme. First you tell me about the answer. Acha, a lot of confusion seems to be here. Nilesh says Indian Oil, Akhil says IOCL, Swati says GAIL, Vishal is going with the Indian Oil, Dinesh, Indian Oil, Sagar, Indian Oil, Rupesh, HPCL. So all options you guys have chosen, but I can see that out of the answers I have got majority if I see, which is obviously not 50% out of the answers, but still we consider it as majority in a democracy, right? 50% नहीं होता. Out of the casted votes जो भी majority मिल जाए, that is considered to be the winner, right? So your answer here is Indian Oil. That's right. Okay, just give me a second. I'm so sorry. चलिए, Indian Oil is the answer here. So थोड़ा सा let's read about Satat now. So Satat, a step towards a sustainable future. So launch year was 2018. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas is implementing it, and the aim is to set up 5,000 compressed biogas plants by the year 23-24, and the production target is 15 million tons. So aim, you must know what is of Satat scheme, which is the ministry. It's easy. You have seen the companies, Oil India, GAIL, all these. So oil, natural gas related, natural gas ministry, ठीक है, पेट्रोलियम वाली. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव है टू बूस्ट द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट फ्यूल्स, agri residue ka better use, cattle dungs ka better use. So sustainable, basically we want to make our future. For that we will make use of the biogas, which will be obviously produced from the agri waste. So agri waste plays a very important role here, and that's why this scheme is also important for you. Apart from sustainable development, environment wala topic, this is also related to agriculture का जो income addition है उसके लिए. ठीक है, I hope you are able to understand the relevance of this particular scheme, right? Waste is gonna be used, so that will be used in sustainable development, and otherwise cow dung or the agri residues, these will help farmers boost their income. Okay, moving on to next question. Again a paragraph based question. Dash is a flagship scheme for focused and sustainable development of fisheries sector in the country, with an investment of 20,050 crores for its implementation during a period of 5 years starting 2020 to 25 in all the states as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package. Investment is the highest ever in the fisheries sector. Out of the investment, majority 12,340 is proposed for beneficiary oriented activities in marine, inland fisheries, aquaculture and rest would be implemented for fisheries infrastructure. So in the Atmanirbhar, even in the recent budget that was launched for this year 21-22, this scheme was in news. I think you'll be easily able to identify this scheme. We have covered budget also. If you haven't seen that video, lecture was taken by me on union budget important highlights. You can find it on our channel and watch that. ठीक है? तो जी, which of the following schemes is being discussed? Easy है. Animal disease control you will remove, right? None of the above you will remove. So either it will be 2, 3 or 4. Blue Revolution, Matsya Sampada or Fisheries and Agriculture, Aquaculture Infra Development Fund. So guys, this is because now I have given the mention of this budget also, so I hope you know that it's Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. So Kisan Sampada Yojana is another Sampada Yojana that is going on for like boosting farmers' income. So this is Matsya Sampada Yojana. Same paragraph, I won't read it for you. We now know through this paragraph that this is Matsya Sampada Yojana, which was launched as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, and then later on in budget also it found a mention. So next question is, which of the following are the features of this scheme? 3 statements are there. Let me just quickly read for you. You can also read on the screen. Integrated modern coastal fishing villages will be developed under the scheme with an investment of 750 crores to leverage blue economy. Right, so blue economy is very important, guys. A question can be there in your descriptive also in agriculture, even ESI. Okay, because Indian agriculture, the agri characteristics are a part of your ESI also. So a blue economy question you can expect in descriptive paper. Okay, so write the scheme, mention it there. Chalo ji, next. Cluster or area-based approach would be followed with requisite forward and backward linkages and end-to-end solutions. C's thrust will be given for infusing new and emerging technologies like biofloc, aquaponics, recirculatory aquaculture system. So this is quite easy, guys. All 3 are the features of this scheme. I would suggest you to note down these features and use them if any blue economy questions comes in. Okay, so here you can, when you download the PDF, read through it. I have mentioned all important points. Launched in the year 2020, Fisheries wala ministry is implementing it. Aim hai sustainable responsible development fishery sector ka. Fish production ko all in all we want to improve. Targets they have kept. So I would suggest you to note down the important targets. जैसे fish production का target है to take it to 22 million metric tons by 24-25. ठीक है, aquaculture productivity को increase करना है to 5 tons per hectare. So when such quantifiable things are given, no quantifiable targets, they have mentioned that we want to make it 5 tons, we want to make it 22 million metric tons, MMTs. You should note them down. For 2 reasons. Objective में they can ask it directly, fill up की form में or in your direct question, and if you are able to recall it and a question comes on blue economy, if you quote this, it will make your answer beautiful. Beautiful as in scoring. Okay, so do read it please. Chalo ji, which of the following schemes has been subsumed under Samagra Shiksha scheme? So Samagra Shiksha scheme is quite important, and the schemes that were subsumed or like together they were merged under one umbrella, that is Sarva Shiksha, Samagra Shiksha, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, Teacher Education 1 and 2 all. 11th का E आंसर आ रहा है, that is absolutely right. So 1, 2, 3, these 3 schemes were subsumed under Samagra Shiksha. So this Shiksha Abhiyan was made by subsuming the schemes we have mentioned from the year 2018. Ministries Shiksha ki baat we are talking about education, so Ministry of Education. So the aim is to ensure universal access and retention to education, bridging the gender gaps, the social category gaps, and learning levels of children also we want to increase. Recently it was in news that Union Ministry of Education has released 7,622 crore rupees to the states and UTs under this Samagra Shiksha scheme. Okay, so see, Samagra Shiksha, again I have taken this picture because it mentions holistic development of teachers, schools and school children. तो infrastructure बनेगा, schools का जो students हैं, obviously the building of school is is of no use, right, unless students are there. So students will be there, they can access the education, gender gaps would be reduced, societal gaps would be reduced, level level of education would be increased to the students who are already going, and finally teachers would also be helped. Okay, so all these are the features of Samagra Shiksha scheme, right? Will you be able to recall it? It's easy. I hope you can easily remember it. Chale fir? Are you finding the session helpful? Abhi to a lot of questions I have for you guys. 30 questions we are gonna cover. Chalo, let's be quick. Which of the following state governments has launched Agriculture Diversification Scheme 2021 for assisting farmers in tribal areas? Some state scheme questions I have put here for you. Gujarat. Nilesh is the Aviral is the first one to answer. Nilesh says B. Thank you, Mayur, for telling that you will be able to recall it. Swati says Gujarat. Shobna, Simran, Vishal, Dinesh, everyone knows the answer it seems. Gujarat hai ji iska answer. So this agricultural diversification, we want to diversify the crops that are being grown by the farmers. So in the year 2021, this year itself, Gujarat government launched it. The primary purpose was to assist the farmers who are in the tribal areas. So again, one Bandhu Kalyan Yojana for farmers is there in tribal areas that will be under it, and seeds of crops like tomato, bitter melon, maize, etc. These will be provided. So we want to diversify the plate basically of the farmers. 3-4 questions related to state schemes you will see now. Okay? Which of the following state governments has launched Ashirwad scheme for children orphaned due to COVID? Ashirwad scheme is by Odisha government. Okay? So Naveen Patnaik ji, you can see here. So Odisha government said that under this scheme, beneficiaries have been divided into 3 categories of the children who have basically lost their parents due to COVID. Okay, so as per these 3 categories, 2500 per month, 1500 per month and 1000 per month would be provided by state government respectively. 2500 to the students who have lost both their children, 1500 for the one, and if they are staying in the childcare institutions, then rupees 1000 RD would be there in their name. Okay? So Odisha government has launched this Ashirwad scheme. For what purpose, that I have to tell you. Which of the following state governments has signed an MOU with Survey of India for implementing Swamitwa scheme? So Swamitwa is a very important scheme. I think this you have covered in your previous lecture also. Okay, you cover the scheme on your own, jaldi se. But I'll tell you that MOU has been signed by Assam, the state of Assam, for the implementation of Swamitwa. Okay? So Union Ministry of Panchayati Raj and the Department of Revenue and Disaster Management, these will together implement the scheme in the state of Assam. Which of the following state government has issued an order for providing laptops to the students of 9 to 12 standard in lieu of their financial assistance under the scheme Amavodi scheme? So important schemes we are covering. This Amavodi scheme is to provide what? Laptops to the students 9 to 12 standard. So digital education, basically it was realized that e-learning is important. Students could not go to school. A lot of loss was there on part of the students as well as parents, because they had to buy phones for the online classes. So this is a very appreciable scheme. Andhra Pradesh hai ji iska answer. ठीक है जी, you can see Chief Minister Jagan Mohan ji is there. So Andhra Pradesh has launched this in the year 2020. They said that financial assistance would be provided. I think there is some gadbad here. I'll just change it. I'll just check it in the explanation. But this scheme is by the state of Andhra Pradesh. ठीक है? Purpose also I have shared with you. Chaliye, which of the following state governments has launched Chief Minister's COVID-19 Widows Support Scheme? This was also for COVID Widows Support Scheme, Assam. The scheme is for women from low-income families. They will be provided one-time financial assistance of rupees 2.5 lakh. The widows who lost their husbands due to COVID-19, they will be provided support. Okay? Assam is the answer. So these are the latest state government schemes that we are trying to cover, and they are related to your syllabus also. Paragraph based question. Government of India has launched DASH scheme with the aim of providing basic civic amenities like water supplies, sewerage, urban transport, parks as to improve the quality of life, especially for the poor and the disadvantaged. So focus of this mission is on infrastructure creation that has a direct linkage to the provision of better services. So MOHUA, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, has organized this online event to commemorate 6 years of the launch of this scheme. Hanji, which scheme are we talking about? Two reasons we are covering this question here. One, this scheme is itself very important because of the things you have covered here, right? Secondly, the scheme has commemorated 6 years of its launch. Amrut, people have said already, so that was going to be my question. Which scheme are we talking about? So guys, all schemes, if you see, options are very near. If you have not read about it, it might become difficult for you to identify the right answer. Smart cities भी है, हृदय भी है, अमृत, PMAUY ये सब है, लेकिन अमृत is the right answer. Smart cities is a separate scheme. हृदय is for heritage development, right? आवास योजना for urban poor अलग से है. तो अमृत is the right answer. Same paragraph now, ठीक है? Next question. To be selected under this Amrut scheme, which is mentioned, cities or towns must fulfill which of the following criteria? It must be a heritage city under Hriday scheme. It must be one of the 13 cities that fall on the stem of the main rivers, or it must be a city with a population of more than 50,000 but less than 1 lakh. Hanji, I'll be interested to know the answer. Hanji, what would be the answer? A. Nilesh is saying A. Bharat is saying 4. Swati is going with 4. Akhil is going with 4. A, B and C कह रहे हैं सब. A and B is the right answer, guys. Heritage city either or one of the cities that fall within the stem of the main rivers. 50,000 1 lakh wala criteria is not there, right? So this is about Amrut Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. It's an old scheme, but because it has completed 6 years, that's why it's very important. There will be no surprise if you find this question there. Okay. So 2015 it was launched. Housing and Urban Affairs MOHUA is implementing it. Basic amenities are going to be provided to the cities, especially for the poor people, right? So outlay of this for 5 years was 50,000 crore, and it was a centrally sponsored scheme. I would suggest you to go through the PDF of this particular lecture so that you can cover these schemes quickly. The important dimensions which you see are written here, right? Taking you forward. Union Minister of Agri and Farmers Welfare has launched a program to ensure holistic growth of horticulture. In a pilot phase, program will be implemented in 12 horticulture clusters out of 53 clusters selected for the program. The aim is at growing and developing identified horticulture clusters to make them globally competitive. This is again quite important. A pilot phase would be run. Out of the 53 clusters, 12 would be chosen and they would be provided facilities. So which scheme are we talking about? Horticulture Cluster Development Program, Indian Horticulture Development Program, Horticulture Variety Improvement Program, Horticulture Species Development Program. Sampada is not even there in the options, guys. Please read the options carefully. Horticulture development we are talking about. So keywords you have read. So see, if you have read the keywords and if you feel that okay, I've read it somewhere, you can take a chance there. Horticulture, it was written. There might be easy questions also in paper. See, holistic growth of horticulture we are talking about. Horticulture clusters are being talked about. So horticulture cluster development program makes sense here, right? So while doing objective questions, always you should try to eliminate the schemes or the options, and then if you calculate that okay, these are the questions I have to do and these I have already done, then you can always take the guesses there. Okay. ये था, सेम है. नाउ द पैराग्राफ इज सेम. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मच अमाउंट हैज बीन एलोकेटेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट फॉर द स्कीम फॉर द 5 years starting from 2019 up till 23-24. So horticulture cluster development program has been allocated rupees 4,496 crore. So it's more than 4,500 crore. You can remember it that way, or it's near 5,000, like 4,500 crore. It's near to that. Very nice, very nice. Next is again a paragraph based question. Paragraph 4. Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has launched a program to ensure holistic growth of horticulture. अच्छा same है ये paragraph है ना. तो question 22 is here. Which of the following is or are the key features of the scheme mentioned in the paragraph? Now the features are given. You have to identify the correct feature. Minimum number of members in FPO, Farmer Produce Organization, will be 300 in plain area, 100 in northeastern hilly areas. 15% of the targeted FPOs would be in aspirational districts with at least one FPO in each block of aspirational district. Credit guarantees facility up to rupees 1 crore of project loans per FPO is provided. Difficult question this becomes, right? But we are here to cover the difficult questions also. So basic dimensions you must cover: the features, the objective, the implementing bodies of any scheme, the launch year, the purpose of it. So a lot of students are answering it. I can see a confusion between 1 and 2, A and B or B and C. So A and B is the right answer, guys. Minimum number of members will be 300 and 100 in plain and hilly areas. 15% of FPOs would be in aspirational districts. So this scheme, let's see it quickly. It was launched in the year 2020 and implementing agencies are written here: SFAC, NCDC as well as NABARD. So these are the implementing bodies of this cluster program. Amount we have seen 4496 is the amount, and further committed liability is also there for the period of 24-25, which is okay. My battery is running low. I'll just quickly wrap up the lecture. ठीक है? So 4496 is there. चलो, we are on 23rd question. With the tagline Swachh Indhan Behtar Jeevan, Union Government has launched a social welfare scheme. Guys, you read it out and give me a second. I'll just get my laptop connected with the battery. Okay? Read this and answer it. Please, you read this question. Meanwhile, I'll try to get the battery connected. Patience. तो जी स्वच्छ ईंधन बेहतर जीवन, यूनियन गवर्नमेंट हैज लॉन्च दिस स्कीम अंडर द लीडरशिप ऑफ मोदी जी. Scheme envisages smoke free rural India and benefiting 5 crore families. Very easy, very easy. उज्ज्वला, हाँ जी. So Ujjwala is the Yojana. The scheme mentioned provides financial support of dash for each cooking gas connection, rupees 1600. So this is the same LPG wala scheme. Okay, Swachh Indhan Behtar Jeevan was its motto. It came up with this particular tagline. Launched in the year 2016, nodal ministry was petroleum and natural gas, and to safeguard the health of women and children by providing them the clean fuel. This was the target of it. ठीक है? Read about it. The eligibility: women should be above the age of 18 years, citizen of India, belonging to BPL category, financial support of 1600. Easy this was. Dash scheme is based on the recognition of challenges faced by SC, ST and women entrepreneurs in setting up enterprises, obtaining loans and other support needed from time to time for succeeding in business. The scheme therefore endeavors to create an ecosystem which facilitates and continues to provide a supportive environment for doing business. I hope you are able to recall बहुत ही easily which scheme are we talking about. The scheme seeks to give access to loans from bank branches to borrowers who can help them set up their enterprise. Hanji, before I move on to question, what would be the answer? Recognition of the challenges faced by SCs, ST, women in setting up their enterprises. Stand Up India is actually the right answer. So options are here. But yes, thank you Rupesh, Kedar, Vishal, Dinesh, Swati, Aviral, Nilesh. Stand Up is the right answer, guys. So that's a flagship scheme. Scheme mentioned in the paragraph has been extended up to which year? 2025. The scheme has been now extended. So there are three statements. Let's see if you can identify the correct statement. SC, ST or women above the age of 25 years are eligible for the scheme. Borrowers should not be in default in any bank or financial institution. Loans under the scheme are available only for greenfield projects. So guys, answer kya hai? B and C are only the correct answers. A, age criteria has not been set, right? So greenfield projects are the projects basically which are going to be started new. So नए projects के लिए this is there. Age can be 18 years, not 25. It is only for greenfield. Brownfield projects are the ones which are already going on, but this is only for greenfield projects, right? Borrowers should not be in default. Very important point. In case of non-individual enterprises, 51% of the shareholding and controlling stake should be by SC, ST or women entrepreneur. This is a very very important point. ठीक है? तो जो Stand Up India है, the motto is करें प्रयास पाएं विकास, right? I have tried to bring pictures here so that you can recall them. We are very near to the end of this session. Which of the following are the key features of the scheme discussed in paragraph? The Stand Up India wali. Promote entrepreneurship amongst women, SC, ST category, provide loans for setting up greenfield enterprises, facilitate bank loans from rupees 5 lakh to 10 lakh, at least one SC/ST and one women borrower. तो क्या हो जाएगा जी इसका आंसर? A and B है again. So A and B we have seen is anyhow gonna be correct. We have just now read about it. So A and B would be the right answer. And the last amount is wrong because it is from 10 lakh to 1 crore. वो जो मुद्रा है that is different. शिशु किशोर वाला जो योजना है, शिशु किशोर तरुण, that is different. You recall that also once. प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना is different. This is your Stand Up India, and here the amount is 10 lakh to 1 crore. SC/ST and women ऐसे रहेगा, ठीक है? चलें? Last three questions. Flagship scheme for skill training of youth to be implemented by new Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship through NSDC. Scheme will cover 10 million youth during the year 2016-20. Under this scheme, training and assessment fees are completely paid by the government. Skill training would be done based on NSQF and industry-led standards. So, which scheme are we talking about? Hanji, which scheme are we talking about? A flagship scheme this is. Kaushal Vikas Yojana. It has been asked so many times earlier in the paper. So Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana was the first phase was launched in 2015, then 15-16 PMKVY 2.0. Finally PMKVY 3.0 was also launched for the upcoming year 21-26. MSDE is implementing it. This has been asked so many times in our paper. Which of the following are the objectives? Creating ecosystem for the youth to make informed choices on available skilling avenues, provide support to youth for skill training and certification, promote sustainable skill centers for participation of private sector. All three are there, guys. Kaushal Vikas Yojana is there, where we are training the youth so that they can get the skill and thus their employability can increase. This is ideally the objective of this scheme. Okay, informed choices, people should be able to first get the information, then they get the skills that are required, and then when they get these skills they should be able to get jobs in the industries, and that is why skill centers and private sector participation, these are the two keywords here. Okay, my last question, which of the following are the key components of this scheme? RPL, recognition of prior learning, short term training or special projects. So guys, special projects, short term training we have seen, it is already there. RPL is also there. Let me give you an example. Let's say a person who is a plumber from, let's say, last 15 years. So now the person wants to upgrade the skills. Okay, the person can go and get new training also. One. Secondly, if the person wants that I have already my 15 years of experience and the person is able to prove the experience, the work, then that skill which he already has by virtue of his experience of plumbing for 15 years, that will also be recognized and he will be provided a certificate, recognition of prior learning. That means his informal skill can now be converted into a formal skill through certification. This is also being provided. So short term training तो है ही है, 60 days, 90 days, 1 year training ऐसे रहता है, right? And special projects are also there for training the people, let's say tribal people or the people who want to go for some other specific training. ठीक है जी? So that's it. Read through it. The components are very, very important, right? Recognition of prior learning, special projects, short-term training, these are the key components. ठीक है जी? So that's it, my dear lovely friends. Thank you so much for the session here, for being with me for like more than it took us 45 minutes. I assumed we'll be able to cover 30 questions in 30 minutes, but it took 45 minutes. I hope I have not taken much of your time. Thank you for being with me and answering constantly, and I hope you like this session. And do meet us on Monday now, right? 5 PM series is going to be live for 4-5 more days. We'll be there with you discussing all the important questions. ठीक है जी? Thank you so much. Drop in a comment about your feedback for the lecture. How did you like it? I'll just now take doubts. ठीक है? Those who do not have doubt, they can go. They can resume their studies or whatever they want to. I'll just quickly take a few doubts. Anshul ji, you are quite late. The session is over now. Acha, Dinesh, very valid question. Will there be different passages for Presi and comprehension? See, we cannot expect the same. In RBI, usually it is same. In NABARD, we cannot expect the same. So if Presi and comprehension both are there, there can be the same paragraph, there might not be. So, but the point is, it should not be a big concern for you. You should practice for both. Whatever comes, you should be able to do. ठीक है? Doubt clear है? There is no specification that has been given by NABARD. Usually it is expected that they will be two different. In NABARD examination, in RBI they are usually same. ठीक है? But we cannot comment because this time the pattern has changed, so you should be ready for all three. Shobna ji, the PDF will be available by tomorrow for both the lectures, this one as well as the previous lecture, right? So I think that is it. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye. Take care. Wishing you all the best for your upcoming examination. I hope you enjoyed Diwali really well. So these festival days are very motivating, right? They might also distract you, but try to get the motivation that I should study, I should do auspicious good things, which is for you as of now is to clear your examination. ठीक है? Will there be Anshul का question मैं ले लेती हूँ. Will there be letter also as mentioned in the information handout? Anshul देखिए, you should be ready for anything that can be there. क्योंकि 3 questions they have mentioned, right? तो essay होगा, RC, प्रेसे, letter writing, कुछ भी हो सकता है. You should be ready for these things. Informal, formal letter, report writing can also be there. Prepare all these 5 things. Do not be confused कि मैंने तो ये prepare नहीं किया था. I was confused. I did not do it. Be ready with all these 5 things. ठीक है? That should not be a concern in your phase 2 exam. Bye bye ji. Thank you so much.